Thank you for joining us again for another storytelling session with the Creating Legacy Through Community Service platform. My name is Sophia Chu and I am your host. Today we have the pleasure of meeting Terryann Sorzano from Arima, Trinidad. She is going to, of course, bring us up to speed as to how she got from Trinidad to Metro Detroit and stop along the way talking about Parang and what Carnival means to her back home and now that she is here in the US. She's going to shed some light as to how she raises her children to understand and appreciate what it is to be of Caribbean heritage while maneuvering the space here in the US. So thanks again for joining us. We ask that you subscribe to the channel, share our stories, also like and make comments on our videos. Have yourself a wonderful day, and I hope to see you on this platform. If you want to be involved, please reach out to us via email at watchusgrowmi@gmail.com. Peace. Sophia Chu, and I am with the Caribbean Community Service Center. And this is a very interesting Creating Legacy Through Community Service conversation. You know how we do it, right? We introduce our guest, they tell us their stories, and then we ask you to subscribe to our channel, share our stories, like, and comment. So without further ado, I'm going to turn it over to my beautiful guest. Tell our audience your name. And when you tell us your name, because you gave me a little hint earlier, I want some historical data behind your surname. We're not going to talk about your husband right now, but we're going to talk about some historical data about your name.
Okay, so my name is Terryann Sorzano. We're married Sorzano. My maiden name is Polydor, which is my dad's last name. So my mother, her family lineage started in like 1803 with the Sorzanos. Her I'll say 5 generations back, which her grandfather, great grandfather was a Don that was sent from, the King of England. There was 5 of them that was sent to Trinidad. So the name started because he was a slave owner, and my mother's great grandmother was one of his house slaves. So that's how the Sorzano. Well, obviously, they get the slave owner's last name,
right?
So that's how that started, and that's how our lineage, our family started. Her father, he is Polish descent. So we have like Polish and whatever. I think he's the Sorzano is like, I think Portuguese. Their last name was Portuguese. Yeah, so that's how our heritage started, and it's in Arima. We started in Arima. So my mom grew up in Laventille, which is Mova. That's where she grew up, and then she moved to Arima, where her family lived.
So where did you grow up?
I grew up in Arima. I was born in Arima. All of my sisters and brothers were born in Arima. And then my mom went back and forth in Laventille to Arima. So we kind of like grew up both places, but mostly in Arima.
So I'm not from Trinidad. So you have to center me now when we talk about Arima and where your family grew up from. Is there anything cool about that area that's stuck in your mind or would stick in, for example, folks that go down for Carnival, right? Is there something that is really cool about that area that, can draw attention?
Well, what I remember from growing up in Arima is the Carnival. My mom always took us to Arima on a bus. By herself, because my dad was a police officer, so he was always working. And he worked in Arima. He was in charge of the police station in Arima. So when we go to Arima for Carnival, we'll see him. We will go see him in the police station, have lunch, and then go about. So Mommy will take us on a bus. It was 7 of us. So I have 3 older sisters. I'm in the middle. I have a sister younger than me, and then my 2 brothers. So we will go to Arima, hang out in Arima. Now everybody know the dial. The dial is like the center of Arima. There's a big clock.
Okay.
That's why they call it the dial.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's like an intersection that goes this way and then that
like
way.
crossroads.
Yes.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I have deep heritage in Arima. Like there's a cathedral in Arima. The clock, the bell that's put in the in that church, in the cathedral, was given by our family, the Sorzanos.
Okay.
The Sorzano Street is named after my grandmother.
Wow.
Everybody knows the Sorzano Street.
Right. So you couldn't misbehave. Everybody knows your family.
Everybody knew us. Everybody knew us.
All right. So talking about misbehaving. I love Carnival. I've never been to Trinidad for it, but I've been to other cities for Carnival. So I want you now, because I know you play steel pan. I know you design costumes. I've never seen you in a costume, but I know you wore costumes and I know you used to party back home. So I want you now to excite me about going to Trinidad next year.
Oh, well, I want to go to Trinidad next year. So in my boat. So listen, I had an aunt who used to make, she was deep into making costumes. So we were allowed to play mass with her growing up. Like we did every year. We played with her. And then my dad, because he was in the police service, the barracks, we played every year with the police service. So we were there at the barracks every year there. When after that, I mean, I didn't play like adult mass because I was not allowed to.
Okay.
My dad was very, very strict. Even like playing pan, he was very strict. He didn't like it at all. Because with police, the way how they thought back then was, it was a lot of rasta, a lot of ghetto thing, people smoking weed, so you know, that type of stuff. So he didn't like it at all. My mom grew up loving carnival and loving pan, so she allowed me. And I started because of her. My dad used to be proud. I mean, he will come and look at me, and he would be proud of it, but he wasn't very happy about it.
Right.
When I was like 18, 19, and I was an adult, he couldn't say anything. I was working and I was doing my own thing.
That's when you broke out?
That's when I was allowed to go out.
Okay.
So I wasn't allowed.
Legally, right?
Yes, legally.
You didn't have to hide anymore.
No, I wasn't allowed to party as much when I was going to school because he was strict. We were allowed to go out in groups. Like where I grew up, there were a lot of kids my age. Because it was a community where a lot of people who moved into our streets and stuff they actually did either the same job. They were either public servants, teachers, that type of stuff. So a lot of their kids were the same age with us. So we all hung out. And they all hung out at my house because we wasn't allowed to go to nobody's house.
Right.
My parents was like that. And when we partied, we all partied together. We was not allowed to go out without each other. So it was like maxi loads when we go out.
Oh, wow.
So we were very protected. Everybody was very protected. When I started to really get involved in carnival I think I was maybe 16 or 17. I was like the last year of high school. I was allowed to play in the big, like go in the big yard and play pan.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there's another holiday, because to me Carnival is a whole holiday.
Oh, it's a whole 2-week
thing. Yeah, very colorful. But we're going to go to the end of the year now. I want you to talk a little bit about Parang. And here, you and Ralph introduced me to Parang years ago when he used to do it down at his spa. So I want you now to tell us a little bit of the history behind Parang and why you celebrate it.
Wow, the history. I don't really know much about the history of Parang.
Whatever they tell you.
I just was partying. Like, we grew up. This is what I know. We grew up like from little. People would go from house to house. They start like I want to say 12 o'clock. They will start like powering.
What time of year is it? Or...
This is around Christmas. Maybe like a month before.
Okay.
Like November or the beginning of December.
Okay.
They would start like powering in around other people, other people's homes in the same community, whatever. But I remember powering, it would start like 12 o'clock. And they would go from house to house to house. So every house that they visited, they would take the families with them. So by the time they reach your house,
wow,
it's a whole
heap of people. Oh wow.
So mom will have the ham and the bread and the pastels and the sorrel and whatever else waiting because.
And there's that. It's like almost eggnoggish. What's that
That's
called?
a punchacram.
Punchacram.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. I think I gave you.
Yeah. You introduced me to all of that stuff.
Yeah.
And then there's a specific. I remember when we did it down at Ralph's place. Your husband had this specific instrument. I remember it looked like a box.
Yeah, that's it.
With
the box with the string.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it has the most interesting sound to it.
Yeah, I forgot the name of it, but we still have it.
Okay.
Yeah, I used to have powering at my house a few years when I moved here. It's fun.
Okay.
When people came, it's fun. The one that we did at Ralph is the one that I had, the big.
Yes. Because I remember people coming from out of town to come too.
It was fun. Yeah, it was fun.
All right, so we're gonna leave Trinidad now, and we're gonna head to the great USA.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
So, did you come directly from Trinidad to Detroit, or did you do like a lot of us do, start one place, end up another place, and then okay.
Yeah, I came here from New York, and the funny thing is, my husband now, Lyndon, we met when we were like, I was 16, he was 17. I knew him. Okay. Right. We started dating like when I was like 19, but I knew of him. So we played pan in the same. He played for his school, St. Augustine, and I played for El Dorado. So we met each other at school competitions. Okay. Right, but we just whatever. Then at 19, I met him again. He came to my house. For some reason, he came to my house. And I'm like, what are you doing here, whatever. And he was like, well, he's trying to recruit people to play for this band called Pan Nights. So he came to ask me to go. Okay. And that's how we started talking. Okay. So, long story short, we started
Hold on. So, no, I'm going to have to say something. So the last video that I did, I named it Long Story Short. Right. Here is why. I was interviewing a Jamaican. And that was his thing, was like long story short. So I'm like, in my mind, I'm saying, is that a Caribbean thing?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I don't say that in a
really?
long story. No.
I thought it's a Caribbean thing. Do you
Evidently
say that?
it is.
Yeah, it's like, okay, to shorten the story, okay, long story short.
Okay. All right. Go ahead. Sorry.
So now
it was just so cute.
No,
I have to use.
When you want to.
Cut the shorts. Yeah. All right.
So, okay, so long story short. He came here, he visited, he was going to Japan. He went to Japan. Okay. He stayed a few months and stopped off.
With music?
With music, because he was playing for Panbury, I think, or Senegal, one of those. And when they won, one of their trips was to go to Japan. So the whole group, I'm sorry, I get mixed up. He went to Japan with Panbury. It was him and another guy. They were asked to go to Japan. And he played for like 3 months. Okay. Stopped off in New York. Okay. Back in New York, and that's where he met Ralph.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. He was playing for some band in called Ebony or some, I don't know. So he met Ralph, and Ralph asked him to come back to teach stage drums in Detroit. Okay. All right. So he went back to Lyndon went back to Trinidad. We were planning on coming up together, but he got to travel. His visa was given, and mine was denied. So I ended up staying home. Okay. Work and whatever. So he came to Trinidad through Ralph.
Okay.
Uh,
Came to Detroit.
Detroit.
Okay.
You edit that.
Because like you said in Trinidad, you said in
you
Ralph
edited
back
that,
home.
right?
Okay.
You're gonna edit that, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Girl,
so
please, we're just talking everywhere
Okay.
about editing.
yeah. So he went to New York again. Then he stopped off here.
Okay.
Came to Detroit.
Mm-hmm.
He met Ralph. He started working with Ralph.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how he ended up staying. He stayed here. He worked here for 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so he came to Detroit to Ralph. He started working with Ralph. I couldn't get to travel. Like, I tried for like 2 years to travel, to get to travel and stuff. And it so happened that my dad, who was a superintendent at the time, happened to know one of the immigration officers or whatever. So I went for the interview. They didn't ask me a word. Got my visa. Travel, come up.
So you said you came to New York.
I came to New York first.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And then Lyndon drove from Detroit to New York
Okay.
to pick me up.
Okay. All right. So you're in Detroit now.
Mm-hmm.
What did you think?
I was like, because when I came, it was like wintertime. It was like October. It was cold.
Yeah.
It was cold. And I'm like, I don't know. Because New York was cold. But when I got here, it was cold. It was a different kind of cold. At least with New York, you can walk around. You know, I was able to walk around. I was able to like venture out and stuff. When I came here, I realized that it was not like that. You needed a car to get around. It was kind of like locked in the house, in the apartment. I was depressed. I didn't like it.
What city did you guys live in?
Detroit.
Okay.
We stayed at Robert Bradbury, right off of Lafayette, I believe. Lafayette. Wasn't too far from downtown.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now you are in Detroit. And you're with Mr. Trini himself, Ralph. How did you find your groove when it came to the Caribbean community? You know, so were you here when the Trinidad Association existed? So you guys kind of had your own organization that kind of also worked in tangent with the other Caribbean communities, the West Indian Hall, the Caribbean Cultural and Carnival Organization, I think it was Jamaican Association of Michigan, and then the Guyanese also had an organization. Bahamas had one, Barbados had one. Okay. How did you get your groove with those organizations? Because when you live in your country, right, everybody Trini. You know, even if we're visiting from somewhere, when we're in Trinidad, everybody's Trini.
Yeah.
But when you come to a city like Detroit, and there is like the whole Caribbean just dumped together in one small sphere. How did you find that?
Well, it was through because Lyndon was playing. Lyndon had a band that was involved. Remember, he came here to teach.
Right.
So he was already involved with Ralph, with the steel drums and stuff. And he was teaching, and they had an ensemble that was going around playing at different venues and stuff. I remember Ralph making costumes, so it was all intertwined.
Right.
Ralph needed somebody to sew.
Okay.
So because I had that talent, he hired me to make little costumes and stuff, and that's how I got involved. I started making costumes with Ralph, and doing the gluing and the feathering and constructing and stuff like that. So that's how I got involved, and then I got introduced to other people, other people from different countries and stuff. So that's basically how I got involved, really, with the Caribbean.
So, would you consider us cohesive as a group, or are we still very territorial when it comes to our different countries?
Territorial. I don't even have to think about it. Very territorial. Like my first experience with, and it's not anything towards you or your Jamaican people.
It's okay. I know how we are.
My first introduction. Negative introduction was with a Jamaican community, a Jamaican group of people.
Okay.
And that was the first time I experienced anything negative. Like when I was growing up in Trinidad, we did not experience those things. Like it was like a melting pot. Like we didn't know, we had a lot of Ghanaians, a lot of Nigerians, a lot of Jamaicans, a lot of Grenadians. My dad's grandmother is Grenadian. So I grew up
mixed up anyway.
Like we didn't know anything. So when I came here and I started working with different people, the first bad experience was, and I'm like, I've never experienced that.
Damn Jamaicans, boy, I tell you, they don't know
I didn't
how to behave.
I didn't understand, like, and it wasn't like it was just a rude. It was like a kind of rudeness, like, okay, I know all you love all your Jamaican, and I love that all you love Jamaican, all you very proud of all the country, which I wish a lot of more Trinidadians would be like that, because with Trinidadians, like, to me, like when they travel and they leave Trinidad and they go different places, it's like they forget where they come from, or if they want to act like, okay, they don't want to associate with other Trinidadian people. I've also experienced that with my own people.
Okay,
I'm being honest.
So, I want to talk a little bit about your husband now. He's from Trinidad. You and him share your mother's last name, right? So I want you to kind of explain that, because you're Sorzano and so is he, right? But you're from different lineage.
Yeah.
So talk a little bit about Lyndon.
Okay, so Lyndon's family, the Sorzano, they are from a different, I want to say house slave. I hate saying that.
Yeah.
But it is what
it was. Yeah, that's a part of our history.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So his great grandmother, 5 generations back, was a house slave also. So like I said before, they take the slave master's last name. So what happened is that his great grandmother ran away and went to Venezuela.
Okay.
So
because Venezuela is like right there.
Right there, next door.
All right.
So it was easy back then maybe to jump on a boat and, you know. So, yeah, so that's how their last name started, like from mostly his family's from Venezuela.
Okay.
Like his mother, grandmother, they all...
Was he born in Trinidad though?
He was born in Trinidad.
Okay.
Yeah, his great-grandmother, they all speak Spanish, like fluent Spanish and stuff.
Okay.
They're very much into... you know, the
Spanish side.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
So now we're going to talk about your children. So you're a Trinidadian, moved to the U.S. You have American children, right? All your kids are born,
American,
right? So how did you find how you're raising them different from how you were raised back home? Because the environment is a little bit different. You don't have the family there, the village there to support you, but you still want your kids to be raised Trinidadian. Yeah. How do you tackle that? How do you handle that?
Well, it's difficult because you have the influence of the American population, their friends. You know, most of their friends were Americans. So the little Trinidad or Caribbean exposure that we had, we tried to incorporate it. Like I try to cook a lot of Caribbean food. You know, the parent, they were introduced to that. They grew up listening to soca and reggae and that type of stuff, so they know that stuff. But they're more influenced by the American culture. They speak American, they song American, they don't sound like, I know people who their kids sound Trinidadian and they are born here. You know, they mostly accepted the American thing. I mean, I tried hard to like keep it, you know, in the family that they would incorporate it more, but it's difficult when you have your kids and you're trying to get them into the right schools and, you know, so the schools that they went to did not have no Caribbean people. So mostly American, mostly white kids. You know, so you find like they get influenced mostly because of that. But I mean, we talk a lot about things, you know, from the Caribbean. And Shelly's actually she went to Trinidad about 2 years ago. My dad had died.
Okay.
And she went to to the funeral, so she got her experience.
Her dose, right?
She was overwhelmed.
Yeah.
Because it's my it's my kids, and it's she went home with to see her grandmother and her aunts and stuff. So she was overwhelmed because it's a big family. It's 7 kids, 20 something
all the million
kids,
cousins and
aunts and uncles and so everybody wanted to meet her, and she was like very overwhelmed. Until she was calling home and she was like, Mom, this is just too much, and but she enjoyed it. She had fun. She ate.
Do you find her clinging to it a little bit more now that she's been there? Like
she asks more questions.
Okay.
Like she would ask. She wants to go back.
Okay.
But it has to be for a longer time. It was only for like a few days. So it was just too much.
Right. Yeah, that's overstimulation.
Yeah,
man.
it was too much. Yeah, and but I have intentions. I want them to go, like over the summer and experience everything, because there's a lot. Even there's a lot that I didn't know, and you get older and you see things because of the internet. You see things, that I would
just
like to see.
the little article that you sent me today.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That kind of explains the name, where it came from, how far back it goes, why certain people, that same name is in Venezuela and also in Trinidad, and it's the same set of people but kind of different.
Yeah. And it's archived in like in history books and stuff, because you can find it, like if you go like the red houses where you have all all the documents and all the stuff like birth and death and the history and stuff. So I found that out when my daughter was doing a paper in high school, and she was like doing just researching stuff, and she found it and she brought it to me, and she was like, Mom, your last name is in So I called my mother and I asked her certain things, and then she called like the matriarch of our family, which is my great aunt. She's like the oldest one, because everybody else died.
Their ancestors now.
Yeah, so she knew a lot. So she started telling Mommy things, and she lives in Arima. So she started telling Mommy things, and then Mommy told me, and that's how I started like doing, trying to figure out like what's
to tell your children about it too, right?
Yeah.
And make them super proud to be Caribbean kids. The 2 girls.
Charlize and Zanea.
Okay, are they finished with college? I'm trying to.
Charlize is finished. She's getting her. Well, she just got her master's degree.
She's been that long.
Yeah, she's 25.
Okay, keep on talking. Yeah, stop. Yeah.
She's 25. She's right now.
Is she here or
she's here?
Okay.
She's at home. She's studying, trying to get a better job, like for a better pay or whatever. You know how that goes.
Yeah.
And then Zanea, she's at Wayne State. She's studying business and media management.
Very nice.
Yeah, she loves that type of stuff.
Yeah.
She loves
and then the 2 boys.
2 boys. Jalen is 17. He's at
17.
Yeah, he's at UPrep, Math and Science. He's trying to go to either Wayne State or Henry Ford. But he wants to do welding.
Oh.
Yeah. He likes that type of stuff.
Yeah.
So Ralph wanted to take him under.
I was just thinking Ralph finally sounds find an apprentice.
Yes,
wow.
Ralph wants to take him under his wing to teach him,
Things.
And Jackson, he's 11. He's in middle school.
I remember Jackson's in your belly. That don't even make no sense that he's 11.
That's my baby.
Jeez. All right. So now we're going to talk about how you have a group of friends, which I think are the most eclectic, fun group, right? So, and it's a mix up of people. When you talk about the Caribbean, it's, you have your own little West Indian little group right there, and you guys do so many fun things together. So how do you find where you are in life now, based on when you first got here and was like kind of disenfranchised with all these Caribbean people not working cohesively, right? And then you got your own little West Indian group, right? Which is this, I don't like the word clique, but the little folks that you hang out with, that you guys do these cool little things in there. Tell me about the different countries that are a part of that group, and how does it make you feel now to find your own little home away from home with your friends?
Okay, so we have the Belizean, which is Sherry and her family. There is, me, Trinidadian, Carrie is Trinidadian, Sharon Trinidadian, Nicole Trinidadian. Her brother Fish, he's Trinidadian. There's Jamaicans in the group. Who else am I thinking of? Bajans, right? Bajan. Americans, yes.
I'm like, how can you leave out the Americans? She's like one of the brightest ones in the group, but
Americans. Who else? That's mostly it.
Because you have the coolest little things with all the different kind of foods and
all different types of food. Like when I cook, when Jerry cook, when Sharon have her little thing. Nicole.
How's everybody doing?
Everybody's good.
They're good.
Yeah.
Big them up for me. It's been a minute since I've seen the crew out together. I've been out to the
summer
crew.
comes.
I know. I was telling them we be out there.
Summer comes every weekend is something.
Yeah.
I look forward to it because it's fun for me because I mostly used to be at home all the time.
Yeah.
With the kids and whatever. So now I found like this group of people and they embrace me. They treat me really well. I'm happy when I'm around them.
Good.
Yeah, we have fun.
Okay.
So.
And she's a groupie too, people. She is a groupie.
Oh.
She is a groupie. Here's why she's a groupie. Her husband has a band, and I swear to you, wherever her husband is, she be right next to him. So I want you to big up your husband and his band, kind of tell people a little bit about him, about his band, where they can listen to him, and why we should support him.
Okay, so Lyndon's band is called Uprising Steel Orchestra, or Uprising Band. Right now it consists of 3 people, but it used to be an ensemble of maybe 10 to 12 people. That's when he does like big shows or whatever. But he's mostly known around town, like he'll do the Greek town stuff. He'll do the casinos. He'll do like corporate gigs.
Okay.
A lot of corporate gigs. He plays at Cola Lounge.
Is it every Friday?
It used to be every Friday, but they're rotating, so he does like once a month now.
Okay.
I think it's like the end of every month.
Okay.
Yeah. So he does that. He plays at Did It My Way every Sunday. It's a cigar bar downtown on 4th Street. It's really nice.
I have to check that
one out. It's a lounge.
out.
It's really nice. You would like it.
Okay.
Yeah, and mostly that's what he does. He plays around.
How would they be able to get in touch with him if they want to follow him on Instagram or Facebook or reach out to him to get him a gig? Yeah.
If you look on like Facebook, Instagram, it'll be under Uprising Steel Orchestra.
Uprising Steel
Orchestra.
Lyndon
Sorzano.
Okay. Yeah. All right, so I can grab those actually and put them in the description when I post the video. So I wanted you now to kind of think about when we say creating legacy, right? So for me, that's making sure we have created a pathway for our children to remember who they are and to be proud of their Caribbean lineage. How does that, or what are you doing actively, not only for your children, but also other Caribbean kids that you're around? Because I know your group, there's a lot of grandchildren now and even great-grandchildren that's in that group. What are you and maybe your group doing to make sure that you pass on that pride in your Caribbean lineage to your children?
Well, I guess through, when we hang out, through the music and food and, we talk a lot about where we're from, our experiences, things that we did growing up, things, even now. We talk about things like that. So, I constantly talk to my kids.
Okay.
And when we're in a group and there are other people, the younger people, you can tell they know where they're from, especially when it comes to Cherry and her family.
Right.
She makes sure that they know where they're from.
Okay.
I try to do that with my children. They, we talk a lot. They ask a lot of questions now because they're older and they ask a lot of questions. They'll ask us like, where when we was growing up, if we did this, how we was. My family was very strict. My parents was very strict. I am not as strict with my kids.
Okay.
So my kids will make jokes and they'll be like, "Oh, so you was a rebel," compared to how they are.
Right.
Even though my parents were strict, I was still allowed to date at 16. I mean, when I was done with school, 16, 17, whatever, I was allowed to date. They were not.
Right.
But I wasn't.
You weren't out there.
No.
Yeah.
No. So they will make joke like, "Oh, I was a rebel," but really, in reality, I'm not. I was not compared to other friends and stuff. I was allowed to do.
Right. And that's one of the things about the cultural differences too, right? Although we're from the Caribbean, Jamaicans actually, they see things through a different lens based on our cultural experience in Jamaica, similar to Trinidad, similar to Guyana. Although we have, I would say, the basics or the base, because we're all from the same regions in Africa when, our folks were brought to the Caribbean, we still picked up different nuances from whoever colonized us. And we, I think, internalize a lot of that when we're raising our children. So that concept of being free but not free is always something that I think is in the back of our minds, because although we want our children to have freedom, we still want them to be safe by recognizing who they are. And when they come to the U.S., it's a whole different set of rules that now we have to learn how to
adapt it.
Absolutely. And not stifle the kids.
And you realize, well, okay, you're not home. Things change. Times change. Generation. Children. My kids are not me. Like, they grow up differently. Their mentality is different. They because of the influences here, they think differently. Right. So I learn a lot from my children, especially nowadays when it comes to, with relationships and how people coexist. They teach me a lot, like how to, because when you're home and you grow up in that Caribbean mentality where you learn, you grow up knowing certain things, and there is no, Trinidad, how Caribbean people are. Wherever you say goes, that kind of thing. Right. That's not how I want to raise children.
Right.
I want them I want to learn from them. I want them to tell me what they're thinking, like what's going on in their lives. Because when you close off your relationship with your kids, they would not be open. They wouldn't tell you certain things.
And they'll get in trouble.
And they'll get in trouble. My kid, and I have to knock on wood. My daughter's 25. My kids, I love my children. They don't give me I have no problems with them. They listen. Like my 25-year-old, she's still, like, if she's going out, she'll tell me. She'll say, "Mom, I'm going so and so," and she'll wait for me to say, "Well, okay, you don't have to do that. You're 25. You're an adult."
Yeah.
So I kind of like, tell her, "Well, you're 25. You don't have to tell me."
But it's respect too, right? Especially if she's living in the house with you, So we're gonna close the conversation now, but I want to thank you for your time. You thought you were gonna be nervous, but you're not nervous. You did a wonderful, wonderful job. I learned a lot about you. I'm happy that you were able to find time to spend with us, to tell us your story, because folks don't understand, especially here in Detroit, folks don't understand, especially Caribbean people, how much we need each other in this small space to survive. So thank you again for your time and your energy. And know that I'm always here to support you.
Thank you.
You know what I mean? So I don't know if you want to have any parting words for our audience, and then we can just close out. You good?
I'm good. I said everything I need to say.
All right, babe. Okay, so there we go. You met Terryann. You learned a little bit about her and her family. And again, we ask you to subscribe to the channel, share it, like it, and leave some nice comments. Until next time, peace.
It's only after I should have said, thanks for having me on.